you off?
Nope.
Didn't think so. She can go right from home and family. Oh, I love you, but then appreciate it. You see, you can reciprocate. I got delicious taste. You need a woman's touch in your place. Just protect all and keep it safe. Baby, worship my hips and waist. So for my need grace, I touch your soul when you hear me say, boy, let me blow.
Friend, you know, I've been going for like 4 months now, but not really going because I've been making shorts, but more so like videos, like long form content. Haven't been doing none of that, so I'm making my comeback slowly but surely. Today we just kind of vibed and hung out at Buckhead Village. Of course, one of my favorite little getaways, just to kind of do some therapy. About 20 minutes.
Now, when you look, so God created us. Our eyes contain 10 trillion cells.
Hey friend, it's the next day. I decided to go and make my guacamole, my famous guacamole, if I do say so myself. It's one of my favorite ways to prepare it. I do share a little bit of like how I season it, so I won't go into that detail because you'll get the explanation in this same setting. But as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing. And when I tell you, you gotta try it, you have to try it. It's so good. I season how I like it, and that's what you should do. I like to taste it, make sure it's exactly how I like it to taste. I use Celtic salt, so that little shaker you saw was not chili, it was Celtic salt. And then I use onion powder, black pepper, and a little herbal seasoning. And I'm gonna make my toast, butter it, and put the avocado spread on it. You can use whatever butter you prefer. This one is really good if you want to try something different. But again, you can use whatever you decide to choose. It doesn't really matter about that because it's all according to your preference. I'm getting ready to head out to the gym. I got my gym bag. This bag is from Bag Smart. It's the name of the brand. There it is. Yeah, Bag Smart. And this is the mini gym bag or something bag. And I'm going to show you what I got in it. I also have my really cute, super vintage inspired cherry water bottle. This is 29 ounces, so I can't quite fit like 2 waters in here, but a water in like a third of a cup can go in here. Well, I mean a water bottle in a third of a cup, so 16.9 ounces, and then maybe, you know, some from the other bottle when you're filling it up. But it has a cherry charm. I got it from Amazon, and I think the brand is called Cigar, something like that. And I can link it in this video. Just flip it up, and I like it because these kind of look like charms, and I could drink out of each one. So this is my straw. And then this is like my sports spout. And you know, this is also can be used for like soups. You'll probably remember how we used to drink like these little soups back in the day. I think in early 2000s, they used to have the little soups that you can warm in the microwave and you put it in your thermal and drink it. So this is a metal thermal water bottle. So it's not just a water bottle. I can actually drink soups out of here. I can drink coffee. I can drink matcha, anything. But I've just been using it for water when I go to the gym. And what's in my bag, in my gym bag, includes my DJI mini mic. Haven't set it up yet. I gotta set it up, I know. And then I use my Frenchie. I've been using this. I'm gonna do a November's favorite video so I can show you the things I've been using consecutively, and you'll see like how much I really truly enjoy them. So it'll be an honest review. And this is my DJI Osmo Mobile 7. It works really good. I actually use it to like film most of this vlog. The jump rope, we both been using this jump rope because we're trying to get cut up and nice. And then I have my really ginormous bow, because you gotta have a bow. And I love it because it's so big and it holds all of your hair. So like, let's see. So if I just want to do a low pony, I'll just do a low pony like that. And then I like how the bow isn't like skinny. It overlaps over the ponytail. I don't know, just make it look even cuter. So that's normally how I would probably do it. It just depends on how I feel. And then sometimes I'll just kind of keep this on my arm just in case I want to pull my hair up. But since I have my bag and when it arrived, I went to immediately start filling it up and using it. Also keep my deodorant here, my sanitary wipes, lip gloss, and then of course, you know, I have a purse for all those things too. But when I go to the gym or go to Pilates, which I'll be going before the 26th, because that's my deadline to schedule the first class. So I gotta pick out a schedule that's gonna work for that. That's what I have in my gym bag. I'm getting ready to go to the gym right now, like I said. I think we're getting ready to hit our 3-month mark of being in the gym. I could always tell by like my face and my neck, my hands, just the way that my clothes fit. I can tell I've lost a little. The significant change will more so be probably in February or March that I'll be like almost at my goal. So we'll see. I'm just taking it slow. Slow progress is always better. I'm taking my time. I'm also eating anti-inflammatory. And I also, what else I've been doing? Oh, taking my supplements, Irish sea moss. I take that. I take my L-glutamine powder. I just got done drinking that, so I'll have my Irish moss when I come back from the gym just to get some more minerals in. I also put Himalayan salt inside my water when I can't get to Celtic, or if it just sometimes depends on what I feel like personally. Celtic is 1,000 times better than Himalayan sea salt, but if that's all you have, definitely add a Himalayan to your water bottle to get your electrolytes in, especially when you're working out and you're doing all of these amazing exercises. You want to make sure that you stay on the up and up. I just had an orange about 10 minutes ago, and then for my breakfast I had my famous avocado toast earlier in this vlog where I showed you how I made it and prepped it with the seasonings. It was really good. It's always good. Now the first time I made it, I know I put a lot of lemon. I love lemon. Sometimes I got carried away. So they were like, let's not do so much lemon this time. So I listened and I just did a little less than what I normally would have done, and it still was good. And I made sure like I add all my little seasonings and spices to it to bring it out, all the flavors. And I know it's real common to use a red onion, but that sweet onion, it just changes the whole like vibe of the guacamole, and I love it. I love it. So I want you to try it when you get a chance, and then if you like it, you can comment and tell me how you like it. Now I didn't really measure out like the seasonings and stuff. So if you're not a cook, then you'll probably do like a half of a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of salt, Himalayan or Celtic. And then you'll probably, well, Celtic you'll probably do less of because Celtic is actually a little salty in taste. But again, you can get minerals. And then I would do, you got a couple of options for like your herbal seasoning. You could do Saison, you could do the Goya all-purpose without the pepper. I like the Goya all-purpose without the pepper. Now you can do it with pepper, but that's sometimes I use that, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what I'm feeling. Now I'm always gonna use my garlic, my pepper, and my Himalayan salt. Everything else additional that I'm adding in, that will probably be after I have added just my regular base. But that's all you need. You don't even need a tomato. Now if you add a tomato, you're working with a little something, but you don't need it. You just need your onion of your choice, sweet, white, red. I like sweet, and that's what I've been using. So if you want it to be like mine, then I would say do the sweet onion, friend. And mash it up really good. Chop up your onion, dice it, or however you like it. And I don't really care for like chunks of avocado inside the guac, so I just mash it up really fine as much as I can. Now I know sometimes those avocados don't be all the way ripe, so I'll wait like a day or two. It depends, like if I'm doing a batch of it, I'll do a batch that's 4 avocados, and then I'll have 2 more on the side just for another day, because we've been eating it a lot and I gotta get my protein in. So I did the avocado toast. I did not record it, so it's okay. But I did the avocado toast. I boiled an egg, and eggs I believe have at least 7 grams of protein from when I saw it. So the avocado is my protein, the egg is my protein. Then I got my greens in with my bread. I used Dave's Killer Bread, which is so good. And then what else I did? Oh, I did 2 pieces of turkey bacon. And it's the, what brand is that? Applegate. It's real like small package. So I got one of those because I wasn't gonna do too much because I gotta order some groceries anyway today. I did that for my breakfast, so I'm completely full. And now we'll go burn all this off, and I'll take you with me to the gym to see, so you can see like some of the workouts that I do.
I think as human beings, everybody has a natural gift and a natural passion, but then you go outside and you get influenced and you feel pressure from what's going on outside. You know, I read one time, like, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world?
This whole thing, we look at life like it's about what you can get from life. And I think, you know, I read something, I was like, that's not what it is. You're gonna always be unfulfilled if you look at life like that. It's about knowing you're gonna leave one day. And you know when you leave, the only way you're gonna be fulfilled is if you know you gave everything you had.
Really though,
and you emptied yourself here. And you left it all here because it's temporary and you got a moment.
The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man.
ginger, the turmeric, the golden milk, ashwagandha. Gotta have that in there. And then turmeric is hard to activate it without black pepper. So I have my black pepper. And this is all the ingredients I use to make it. What I'll do is I'll sweeten it with like agave or honey. I always use agave. I have done maple syrup, that's pretty good. But I prefer agave out of all of those options. Just go with agave. You will like it. Agave is really good. I'm doing 2 cups because it's for 2. So I need to make sure I have enough milk in there so we can both have the right serving of this drink. And I love it. So it has all the spices in it, everything that you need to get you calm, because who wants a stressed out immune system? Who wants oxidative stress? Who wants stress, period? I do not. So we do not. So that's why we always go with something like this when we end our night. I don't do it every single day, but I absolutely can, and I have done that before consecutively. And so there was always a benefit to drinking this at night, because not only is it going to help me sleep, but I'm going to wake up even more luminous and beautiful, because turmeric is really good at doing that, is enhancing the inner glow. And if you put everything good inside your body, it's going to show on the outside. So I always want to make sure that that's something that I live by. But now I have the milk on medium, so I'm going to let it warm up, and once it's warming, then I'll go in and add all my spices that I just showed you just a minute ago. I'm going to warn you right now, and I'm going to say that when you're making the turmeric, the golden milk latte, you do not want to boil it. Like, don't let it overflow, because if it does, milk always spills over. So you want to make sure that you just allow it to warm up on its own, just very slow. This is a process that shouldn't be rushed. So if you don't have time to make it, just don't make it. Don't worry about making it, because if you crank it up to boiling temperature, like high 9 or 8, it's going to boil over, and you're going to have a whole mess on top of your stovetop. So I'm going to save you the trouble and tell you not to do that. Now the fun part is when I get to measure everything out. So I'm gonna be honest. I do not measure these ingredients out. I kind of just go with the flow. But what I mean by go with the flow is I do about 3 parts, because I just like a lot of turmeric. So I do about 3 parts turmeric, 1 part ginger, half part black pepper. You only need a pinch, so that's why I say like half part. Then the dates, I do 2 parts. The ashwagandha, I do 2 parts. So 2 parts ashwagandha, 3 parts turmeric, 2 pinches of black pepper. So just a little bit. If you're just making this for yourself, 1 pinch. Ginger, 1 part. Well, 1 part and a half. You see, it's starting to get a little thick with the milk, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, the milk is starting to get a little thick, and you see the smoke coming from it. That just lets me know that it's almost time for me to add in my ingredients. This is actually the part where I add in my ingredients, because I want it to blend as much as possible. And if you know anything about turmeric, then you know that when you put turmeric inside the milk in any type of liquid, it's not going to break up fine. So instead of using one of those little whisks that you use for matcha, I use an actual whisk that you would use for like making baking cakes and things like that. I use that kind of whisk to beat it up a little bit more so that it blends in. And then I even strain it after I serve, when it's time to serve it, I strain the milk so that none of those little clumps of turmeric get in. It's just all turmeric, all black pepper, all ashwagandha, all date, all ginger. Now it's time to add in my ingredients. I told you what to do. This is a ½ teaspoon. With the ½ teaspoon, of course, you have to do more. So remember, it's like 1 part and a half of ginger. So I'm going to do 4. 1 is 2. So I'm going to do 3 of these. to get the 1.5. And I always like to make sure it's an even scoop like that. It's pretty even. You don't have to worry about stirring it until you get everything in there. It's really up to you, but that's just how I do it. So we just need 1 more. And we would have gotten a 1.5 teaspoons. So you want to make sure it's level, like I said. Because you're going to taste, the reason why I do it this way is because you will taste the difference every time. Whether you add more turmeric, more ginger, more black pepper, you're going to taste it. So you want to make sure that it's pretty consistent. And this is one of the ways that I know that it will be. Because I've been doing this recipe for about 2.5 years now. So that's 1.5. So now we gotta do, remember it's 2. And now that's 1.5, and now that's 3. So now that's 3 teaspoons. Moving on to the next one, we have our ashwagandha. That's next. I like this brand. It's really good. When I tell you it works, you'll be so calm. The organic India is really good. It works. Like you got a problem resting or getting calm. Your system is just nervous. You have anxiety. Just try this. Just give it a try. Of course, you know it takes time to see like real results with certain things, especially when it comes down to herbs of any kind. Because people think that they're supposed to get these amazing results right away, but it takes time to get in your system. It took you a while to get to where you are anyway, so you have to be patient, you know. So now I'm doing the date, and the date helps sweeten it, but it's not really sweet because it's the natural date, natural organic date, so it's not extremely sweet. So when you see me put it in here, don't be alarmed. Now you see that it's bubbling. I got my whisk. This is what I mean when I say I'm using regular whisk. I use a regular whisk because I want the ingredients to blend really good. I don't want to have to, you know, go above and beyond to get it to blend. And so I just kind of take my time with it, because either way, you need to take your time when you're making it anyway. It's not something that you want to rush. So we just did 3 of those dates. So guess what? That's 1.5. So that's 2. And we'll just do 2.5. The rest is going to be agave. We just added everything that we need for our golden milk latte. Just that quick. And these ingredients will last you almost a lifetime, because it takes a while for these dried powders and dry herbs to expire. So just think of how many golden milks you can have, rather than having to buy the actual made up product that's already got a bunch of preservatives and processed. You could just make this at home, because I taste it before I serve it, so I can make sure that it's where it needs to be. I'm just using Publix Amber Agave. I normally use the stevia in the raw, like clockwork, but they didn't have it, so I'm using this one. And it's pretty good. It's time to pour the concoction. Now I'm telling you about this. So this boiler is a little different. If I pour it, it's gonna spill everywhere. And that's another thing. If you have like white cabinets at your house, be prepared to pour it over the sink, because guess what? You will have a mess. So I try to be as careful as I can. And this is half a cup, so remember I did 2 cups, so we both get a full cup of the turmeric. I'm just gonna transfer this one over and pour it in here and sip on it. You see why I strain it? Because some pieces just don't blend certain parts. And this happens not as often, but it happens. So I just let that cool off since it's hot. And that's the story.
Lady, I'm a woman, I'm a motherfucker, but they got a problem. Put some ladies in your life and take away the drama. Put the paper in a picture like a diorama. Gotta face a lot of people that are opposite. Cause the world told me we ain't got that common sense. Gotta prove it to myself that I'm on top of shit. And you would never know a guy without a goddess. Is honest, is fucking honest, kid. And I could be on everything. I mean, I could be the leader, head of all the